Well, it's been about 18 months in planning, and today I am off to Rolleston to meet up with Glenn Wheelie to ride as straight as possible across Australia to the west coast. Once there, we will ride out to Steep Point, the most westerly point of Australia, then ride as straight as possible to Cape Byron, the most easterly point of Australia. We are unsupported, so we are carrying our own camping gear, food, clothing, tools and fuel to do this. We have planned rest points at Alice Springs, Geraldton and Coober Pedy to change tyres, service the bikes and have a rest day before the next leg. While in those towns we've organised a bed to sleep in, a little bit of comfort. We will traverse numerous iconic tracks and visit iconic locations while trying to limit our time on bitumen roads as much as possible. Planned it'll be 36 days before I get back home. I'm starting from Mackay while Wheelie is starting in Harvey Bay. We've estimated it'll be about 14,000 kilometres to do this trek. So to say I was a bit excited this morning is an understatement. I climbed on the bike early and rode out to Mackay Harbour Breakwater to see the Coral Sea. Now to head southwest to Rolleston to meet up with Wheelie. First stop was Nebo. Not far, however, as would be the norm each day, a stop within that first hour. Not sure why, however, after that first stop, we were always feeling better no matter how cold it was. Nebo was also the first cappuccino for the trip, so many more would be tried. From here I headed to Middlemount to meet up with Geordie. He rode with Aldi and myself out to Alice Springs via Normanton back in June 2022. Geordie had ridden up from Blackwater, so he'd also been on the road for a few hours this morning. From Middlemount we took the dirt roads down to Comet, the joys of being on dirt again. It just keeps you on your toes and so much more enjoyable than the bitumen. We pulled into Comet around lunchtime, so into the Comet pub for a feed. The road down to Rolleston was also mostly dirt, and a road we'd ridden in the opposite direction on another adventure ride from Carnarvon National Park. While checking over the bike at Rolleston, I noticed I had a hitchhiker jammed up under my front tanks. Along the road, a small finch had flown across to me, and I thought I'd missed it. However, unfortunately for it, not so. I'd only travelled about 550 kilometres today. However, meanwhile, Wheelie had just under 700 kilometres to cover. So we had arrived a lot earlier than him. We checked in the van park and set up the tents and waited for him to arrive. It wasn't long. The van park manager gave us a tip that it wouldn't rain tonight as it was too cold. Well, they better stay as park managers, as it rained that night while we were at the pub having a feed. A feed at the pub plus a couple of ales accompanied the tales of previous rides and what was ahead.